you noticed on your program, this part of our day is about happiness. Happiness creates health. Health also creates happiness, but we overlook the fact that happiness creates health. The biggest obstacle to our well-being seemed to be our diet, our hydration, our exercise, and our frenetic pace. However, I would say, from my perspective, that the biggest obstacle is our critical outlook. We are critical towards others. We are critical towards ourselves. We are critical towards events. We judge ourselves as not good enough. We judge others as wrong, and we judge events and circumstances as intolerable. These are all fear-based outlooks. We like to know what's wrong and whose fault it is, because that's our defense system. Nobody's wrong, and it's nobody's fault. What you would like to be doing, instead of developing the critical attitude that was trained into you in your earliest years, is you would like to develop your ability to put a positive spin on things. We're all putting a spin on everything all the time. We're not observing accurately. We have a version. And then we buy into our version. We buy into our own con. Learn to be optimistic. Find the value in what you were calling a negative. One of the ways that I do that is to appreciate that it is my privilege to dislike something. That's putting a positive spin on it. Change your story. See the beauty. Seek the beauty. Create the beauty. You yourself can contribute all the beauty that is missing from the situation that you are feeling critical or unhappy about. We are creators. We are here to learn to master that creative ability. I am suggesting that you use it to create happiness. I happen to be a fan of Elizabeth Gilbert. I loved her book, Eat, Love, Pray. One of my favorite quotes from her is that you must relentlessly pursue your own happiness and blessings. I like it so much I had it put somewhere on the program so you can get the accurate version of this quote. It is absolutely true. You can't wait for it to be given to you or just be depressed because it isn't being given to you. If you want happiness, pursue it with passion. Oftentimes I ask people when they say, well, what should I do next in life? I say, what do you want to do? I don't know. I consider that spiritually irresponsible. Yes, you do know. So what are you avoiding by saying, I don't know? You're avoiding the possibility of being criticized for the choice you would make. Get over it and do what you want to do by listening to yourself and knowing and feeling and hearing what it is that you are passionate about. Immerse yourself in it and commit to it until you don't want to anymore, and then walk away from it. That's what that is. Maybe it wasn't even what I thought it was when I went into it, so that's why I'm not going to do it anymore. But at least I know what it is. I tried it. It's mine. And now do the next thing that you want to do. And don't be making excuses that you can't do what you want to do because you know how, all those things that get in the way, the time, the job, the money, the health. They are excuses. And it's not a good idea to re-injure yourself, re-wound yourself by telling yourself that you can't make a difference and you're stuck with it this way. You are not, and when you tell me that, I won't believe you. So I'll be working with ways to point out how you could indeed pursue your passions if you would be courageous enough to admit what they are and commit to them until you're not in love with them anymore, and then let them go. The second biggest obstacle to our well-being, I also mentioned earlier. It is the desire to have the advantage and calling that being okay. That is a one-up, one-down system. In order for you to have an advantage, you must put someone at a disadvantage. You must give less than full value to have the kind of advantage that you're talking about that makes you okay. This is not a truth. This is an illusion. You do not need an advantage to be okay. You do not need to get more or have more and someone else get less or have less, give you more for less. There's no benefit in this. It's part of the con. Talk yourself out of it. Redefine being okay. Redefine neutral as okay.